right, it's 5:30, so I'm going to call the meeting to order of the New Smyrna Beach Housing Authority, May 11, 2026. Roll call, please, Teresa.
Okay. Commissioner McDonald?
Here.
Commissioner Bennett?
Here.
Chair Riker?
Here.
Vice Chair Sloan is
On her way.
on her way. And Commissioner Davis?
Here.
Thank you. All right, for the invocation and pledges, would someone like to do the invocation tonight?
I will.
Thank you, Nelson.
Heavenly Father, we come to you and ask you for wisdom, guidance, peace. Help us to know how to best help those involved under the various entities under the New Smyrna Beach Housing Authority. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Thank you. And the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
All right, and any public participation? I don't see any public here, so we'll
Minutes.
skip over. Oh, did I forget? I forget that every darn time, Teresa. All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the March 9th, 2026 and the March 10th, 2026 special meeting.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed, motion carries. All right, no public participation, but we have a presentation. So Teresa, I'm going to turn it over to you.
It doesn't look like our lady showed up, so I will let Miss Aiden explain to you our graduates for this month.
Do you want to wait a little bit?
Yeah, let's wait and see if they show up. We'll move forward
All right.
with the rest of the board meeting.
Yeah, let's do
And
that.
then if they show up, we can introduce them.
All right, do you mind waiting a little bit? Okay, super, thank you. All right, so now we're on the financials.
Okay. All right, so the public housing program, operating revenue at 825,690.19. This is for the 11 months ending February 2026. Sonia and our fee accountant are still working on the adjustments for the March 31st to fiscal year end, so we should have that for next month. Our cash bank balance is $1.6million252.09. Our comparative balance sheet, our assets are listed there. And we have an investment CD of $50,000. So it's at $50,035.79 right now. Our balances in ELOCs right now, operating funds are $69,464. FSS grant, which is the coordinator salary, $60,520.72. And the CFP 2025 grant of $33.83. Did get confirmation from HUD that we will receive another $82,500 for a second FSS coordinator for this year. Any questions on the public housing financials?
No.
Just a note, Teresa.
Yes.
It looks like the total operating revenues were down by about 33%, but then the expenses were also decreased by about 36%. So it seems like you're tracking expenses and revenue by the same percentage generally.
Correct.
I mean, I looked through each of the numbers specifically, but generally it looks like that's tracking, so.
And the public housing will start to decrease more. We have issued the rest of the vouchers for Enterprise Homes, so those folks will be starting to move out. We hope to have it vacated by October 31st.
I had one question on the administrative expenses. If you look at the employee benefits, it was,
Which page are you on?
page B3-1.
B31.
Which
Okay,
which line?
What line item?
It is 0-0014182.
4182, the administrative health and life expenses.
Well, I don't know, it just says admin, CONT. Anyway, 17,257 was for this current period versus 7,240 the past period. So it was $10,000 higher this year than last year. And just considering that the 31% decrease in revenues is going to happen, I'm thinking that those employees, you're going to be moving around in different categories for different.
This could be because we had a retirement in December, and there was a payout of vacation and sick leave
Oh, good, okay.
that cleared out balances.
That makes sense. I just always look for like, what's the big numbers? What's the big change? So that's really all that I had. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to bring forward?
Yeah, my only question on that same page was legal expenses went up by 550%. Was there a particular,
Which one is it?
right above
Oh.
that, 4130, it
The
went
legal
from
expenses?
2,700 to 18,000 almost.
Because of the mediation and stuff?
No, the legal expenses are going to fluctuate because we are doing the Live Oak rehab and Donnelly Homes rehab and the West Side Phase 2. All of that income right now is still in public housing. Once we go to closing for that, that will be reimbursed to us.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yes. So we keep a separate tab on each one of those, but all of it's paid out of public housing right now.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to ask? All right, well, that takes care of the public housing financials. Did you want to do your presentation now?
Do you want to finish the financials first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, HCVP financials.
Okay, so Section 8, our operating revenues, $4,740,886.61. We expended $4,745,615.67 with a loss of $47,2906, which comes out of our restricted net position, which is now $384,354.12, unrestricted at $419,649.30, with our reserves at $804,003.42. Our bank balance is $1,238,789.79. We do have a $50,000 investment CD at 5%, which is not making very much money right now. So, any questions on HCB?
Can you explain to me on the first page where it says a budgeted income statement B2-1, the HUD, in other receipts, HUD PHA HAP VASH shown at $2,219,098 for the 11 months of, it says 2026. And
Okay,
then
what page are you on? I'm sorry.
B-2-1,
B31?
2.
21, okay.
It's under-
Okay, which line item are you on?
It's
I'm
under
sorry.
other receipts.
It's the first line under other receipts, and then if you come down, I'm sure there's a correlation, Teresa, but I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So the 2,219,098, and then you come down 3 lines from that, and then it's the 825,214, but next to it is the budget of 2,479,565. So there's some correlation between that budget number in that category.
Okay, so you're looking at the HAP
Yeah,
VASH, the HAP PHA HAP VASH.
yes.
That is the amount of money that we received from HUD to pay our HAP landlords. The admin fees earned is what HUD gave us to pay our administrative salaries and supplies. The coordinator fees are a separate grant, and that's what the coordinator fees are, what we received from the grant. HAP earned income, 825, 214. I would need to get some more clarification there. As you know, we are in the process of moving some general ledger numbers around right now and money because we're transferring to a move to work financial. So some of these numbers may be in other areas.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this 2,219,098 has something to do with that budget number of 2,479,565. Like it comes in, but it doesn't, it's not in the same line item. The 2,000,002 is not in the same line item as the 2,000,004, but it's still balancing out, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, they're working diligently on getting everything moved, or general ledger numbers moved over to move to work, which is going to take a little bit of time,
Okay.
so.
I guess that's all I had. Does anyone else have any other questions on that category they'd like to ask Teresa? All right, moving right along, Development Corp.
Development Corporation operating revenue at 216, 317.49, expenses at 96, 142.51, net income of 120, 174.98, with a bank balance of 308, 154.60.
So we like that one because they made money.
And we're 100% occupied.
Hooray. And Open Market.
Open market operating revenues at 122, 663, expenses at 107, 819.75, a loss on that one of 14,843.25.
Are you
That's-
sure? Wait. I think it's the net.
Yeah, I think that was that was an income. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We all caught it.
So, at least it went the other way. So, bank balance at 322, 365.26. And we are fully occupied.
It's correct on the income statement, so.
Okay. Yeah, income statement has the correct numbers.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Teresa on that report?
No.
All right, then we're good?
Okay.
Now, would you like to do the presentation since?
Yes,
looks
we'd
folks are
like to
here?
do a presentation of one of our PATH graduates. It's our FSS program, which is now Pathways Advancing to Hope. And Miss Aiden is our PATH specialist, and she would like to introduce our recipient tonight.
Hello.
Can you pull the microphone down? Thank you.
Hello, can you all hear me? All right. As you all know, our FSS program is in place to help our residents reach their goals and become self-sufficient. Recently, we've changed the name of the program to PATH, Pathways Advancing to Hope. We chose this name because no matter where we are on our life's journey, we always need hope to get to that next step. So it's my pleasure to announce our most recent PATH graduate, single mom, hardworking, and an inspiration for others to find hope in their own lives. Kelly has been in our housing program since 2015. She's a local business owner. She's been in the FSS program, now PATH, since 2020. So she had a 2-year extension that she used about a year of. And she graduated last month, successfully completing all of her goals with over $12,000 in escrow. She is moving into the open market for rentals right now. She does not need housing assistance anymore. Her business has grown pretty successfully, and she's making good money. So it's my pleasure to introduce her tonight and present her with her certificate.
Awesome.
Let's all join her if you don't mind.
Sure.
Will the board meet me down front?
If you can't see the camera, you won't be able to be seen.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
Amazing. Wonderful job. Thank you.
Teresa, did you tell me that somebody you personally mentored?
It was not her. It was another lady named Crystal. She was our first BASH person, which was a homeless veteran. She came in when I was the caseworker, and she graduated and went into home ownership last month.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
what's that? Oh, she's at work. So, thank you, Miss Aiden.
Good job, everybody. That's
Yes,
really
nice job.
something to celebrate when you can see people rise up and stand on their own 2 feet. That's just.
Yep. She just picked up a commercial contract with the police department.
Really?
Wow.
I think it's ours. It's either ours or Port Orange, so, but yeah.
Wow,
Oh, awesome.
that's terrific. Well, you just made the meeting with all that, Teresa Pope. Thank you for all
That
this
was
good news.
Aiden.
Thank you,
Miss Aiden
Aiden.
and Miss June helped her.
Thank you. All right, well, back to our boring business now. Let's see where we're at.
You can leave. You don't have to stay. Okay, tenant account charge-offs?
Yes, ma'am.
We do have 2. I had an eviction in Enterprise Homes. This was from late last year. I'm just now clearing up some old accounts that were left on the books. So I had an eviction for $7,951.64. and that was a non-pay eviction. And then I had a move out with no notice for 1420.
Okay, thank you. We don't need a vote on that? This is
Yes.
just- We do?
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion to accept these two tenant account charge-offs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. All right, assets to condemn.
We have our ice maker, we wore our ice maker out last year with the homeless, so we purchased a new one. So the little one is done. So I do need a motion and a second to condemn the appliance.
Really?
Yes, we do.
motion.
Second.
Second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. All right, Teresa, you're still on for the director's report for
Yes.
vacancy?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Public housing, we have one vacancy at 503 3rd Street. She actually has not turned in her keys yet, but she is also an FSS graduate who has gone into homeownership with Habitat for Humanity, the McMorrow family. Her and her 3 children just dedicated their home 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
So
ago.
she's finishing up the last move out stuff. So that's our 3rd one for last month.
That's wonderful.
So we'll be pulling somebody off of the waiting list for that unit. Let's see, open market is 100% occupied.
Yay.
Development Corporation is 100% occupied. We have a notice to move for the 17th of May. This young lady is also over income and is moving out on her own without assistance from the housing authorities. So that'll be number 4, correct? Yeah, 4. So we have three last month and 2 this month, so that'll be 5.
God is watching over our agency, isn't he?
Yes, yes.
Lots of success.
Do you have a prospect for this unit?
Not yet. That one's going to have to be a full turnover because she's lived in there since we purchased the property from Habitat. So she's been a long time. And that's one that's kind of on the county side, so we have a sewer and well we got to service too.
All right, property reports.
All right, so public housing, we have 126 units, 51 available, 23 occupied, 28 vacant. We have approval for 74 demolition. We have the 40 for the Hurricane Ian, and we have the 1 non-dwelling unit, which is the maintenance shop. So we had no vacant or no vacant readies, no unit turnarounds, no leasings. Our recertifications, there were 2, and we completed 2 for a total of 27. We had 4 emergency work orders completed in the 24-hour time frame. Our work orders, prior balance 35. Month completed, month total ordered was 129, total 164. They completed 155 with a balance of 9. We are working on getting those closed out because when I looked at these were actually work orders from January of 2025 when we had HUD inspection come in, and they were GFIs that we had a contractor come and fix. They just never got closed out, so we're working on closing those out. We should be down to a balance of 0 by next month.
Okay.
Average hours to complete was 60 at 0.5, a half a day to complete work orders. Unit inspections required 12, we completed 12. So 100% of the inspections were done last year. Our rent charges were $12,269. Other charges, $562, for total charges of $12,831. We received $14,127 with a net income of $1296, 110% collection rate. We collected during the year $177,820. Well, charged $177,820. We collected $174,044 with a 97.88% collection rate. And we right now have 131 people left on our wait list.
I'd like to compliment the staff on the continuing excellent rent collection. It's nice to see.
Yes, thank you.
Very,
Yeah, it helps when you call them to remind them that I'm going to file eviction tomorrow. That usually helps speed the process up a little bit, so.
Well, still, it's good because, you know, it's hard for people to pay their bills sometimes. And
Well,
so,
and I don't want to send them to eviction, you know.
Of
I'd rather
course.
give them a phone call and say, hey, you know,
Right,
we need to
so-
bring this to a zero balance, and
yeah, that obviously is working.
yes, yes. So the Development Corporation, we have 12 units. We had 10 occupied in February. We had 2 vacant in February. We had 1 ready. We turned 1 in 30 days. Our total days was 59, because although we turned it in 30 days, we had it vacant for 30 days too. So it was 59 total vacant days. Our emergency work orders, we had 2. We completed 2 in 24 hours. Non-emergency, 13. Prior balance, we had requested 26 for a total of 39, and they completed 39. So we're working on getting them work orders completed every month. Total year-to-date was 724, the completed 724. Average hours to complete was 21, with a half a day to complete. Unit inspections, we required 12. We've done 11. We have 1 more to do, so we're at 95%. Our accounts receivable was $10,455. Receipts were $12,127 with a positive balance of $1,672, with a gross collection loss for the month of $115,999. Year to date is $153,977. We collected $149,962. We have a 97.39% collection rate. Our open market program, we have, it looks like I only have October's there. I'm missing some of my pages here. So, but, okay. Well, I'm sorry, I can email that to you because I only have October's on here. So I missed 2 pages on that report for the open market, but we are 100% occupied, and we still have a good collection rate.
That's all that matters, Teresa. All right, now we're to these tenant-based vouchers.
Okay.
And we may need a little help on this again.
Okay, tenant-based vouchers.
Because I don't think I'm following the numbers correctly.
Okay, so in January, for these we actually do by the year because that's how HUD funds us. So this one is not a March 31st, it's going to be a January to December. So we're starting with our January and February numbers. Our beginning balance in January was our ending balance at the end of December of $193,670. We received $269,785 from HUD. We spent $276,533, which left us a balance of $186,922, which meant we spent 100.03% of the funding that they gave us for the month. So our year-to-date variance was 186,922, which is what is carried over to the beginning of February there.
I see, thank you.
Okay,
I was forgetting to add that beginning balance.
okay, yeah, it's over there at the beginning of February, so.
I got it.
The per unit cost for February. What we do here is we take the HUD baseline units of 363, and we divide it by the amount of money the HUD gave us, which comes out to $743.21 per unit. And then our actual per unit cost is going to be the 261 that are actually leased, divided by the 278,044 that we spent. So what we're actually spending per unit per month is $1,065.30. So you can see that the variance there, I'm sorry, that 1808 is wrong. It's around $300 a month more that we're spending in HAP than we're receiving per unit. So this is when you're going to your conferences and they're talking about how much money we're spending for HAP compared to what they're actually giving us in the budget authority. So even though we have 363 units that we could lease, we only have enough money to lease 261.
Well, not even.
Yeah.
Not even enough money to list 261.
Right. And I'm sorry, our variance to baseline is wrong too. Sorry about that. So the next is our, the beginning balance. These are our admin fees, the money that we receive to pay our salaries and supplies and benefits for our staff. So our beginning balance at $66,950 was the ending balance for December of 2025. So for the beginning balance of February is the ending balance for January of $78,428. We received $22,597 in admin fees. We received $546 in port-in admin fees. So anybody that ports into our agency, we get 80% of the other housing authority's admin fee. So we received, our actual admin costs were $13,774. So our variance is $87,797, which is our 78 plus our admin fees minus our cost. So it was a 60%, and our cumulative variance is 166,225, which will go over for the beginning balance of March.
So that's the 78,428 plus the
The
87,797.
78,428, yeah, that was the
Okay, that was
ending
my
balance of
question.
January.
Got it, okay.
So now the 166 will go up and become the beginning balance for March. And I'm sorry, I'll fix those errors and get them in the right places. Port outs, we had 24 port outs in February with a cost of $31,833 for the 24, which our actual port outs are $1,326. So it's actually costing us more money for our port outs than it is for people to stay in our area.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Yeah, so our port ins, we have 7, which is $75.54, which is $1079.14, which is right around what we're, what we are in this area, because they're coming into our area, so it's close to what we're already doing. Our restricted net position, 178,633, and our unrestricted net position is 109,427, with a total cash and investments of 288,090. Yes.
I have a question. When you say that we've spent more than we received, like say $300, you have an alternative account that you take out to cover that. Is that
That's-
correct?
That's that restricted net position.
Okay.
Is for the HAP payments to the landlord. The
Okay.
unrestricted is for the admin fees that we use to pay the salaries.
All right.
So we do have a cushion, and that's why we're going over. We need to spend that cushion before HUD comes back and says, oh, you're not spending enough, we're going to take it.
Okay,
So
okay, thank you.
it's a balancing act.
It is.
Now, all the people, is it 23 people are going to get vouchers and move by the end of October, you were saying?
13
13.
13 people.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we have left in Enterprise Homes.
That'll just make these numbers worse, right?
That'll make those numbers lower. Well, actually, this will make the numbers higher because they're going into the Section 8 program and leaving the public housing. So public housing will go down, Section 8 will go up. But that's good because now we're spending those reserves on those people that we're issuing the vouchers to. Okay, this is the mainstream voucher report, and we do this separately because HUD funds us separately on this, and we do our reporting separately on this. Our beginning balance for February was 165.43, which was the ending balance for January. We received 110.036. We spent 108.057 with a variance of 1979. We're spending 98% of the funding that they give us every month. Our year-to-date balance variance is 162,522. Our HUD-funded per unit cost is the 138 divided by the 110,036, which comes out to 797.36 a month. We have actually leased 112, and we're paying, and you take that into the 108,057 that we're spending. Your actual per unit cost is $964.79, which is about $230 a month difference. So our variance to the baseline is 26. So we will be looking at issuing some of those vouchers in the coming months because we want to get to the full lease up and we have the money there to do that. Our beginning balance in the administrative fees is $371,615. There's a little bit of a discussion right now between the fee accountant, us, and the auditors on that number. So that number may change. Right now, we have $371,615. They gave us $92.84. Our total cost for the month was $22,753. Variance is $358,146. So we're spending more in that program so that we're not losing the money, and it's, we don't get funded for it. So we have moved some of the salaries around so that we're spending more salaries in this program instead of the other program, so we can spend down those reserves.
That's what I was noticing when I was looking at the financials, Teresa, and I figured that's what you were probably doing.
Yeah, we had to
In some
move
instances.
the percentages for the salaries around because we're doing two different programs, and we got more money in this program, so we're moving the salaries more to a 40-60%
Right.
than we are the other way. So our year-to-date variance is 348,862. Our restricted position is 162,522. Unrestricted, 358,146. For cash and investments of 526,668. Yep. That's that one. Any questions on that?
Going back, it seems that we have a cushion on any sharpness that we carry. So all of them are covered through this cushion? Are we outstanding on anything that we
No.
have to pay?
No, we're in good shape, but we got to start spending some money so HUD doesn't they don't come and recapture it. What they do is they just don't fund us as much this year as they did last year. They'll just decrease our funding, and it'll force us to spend the money that we didn't spend last year.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
All right, FSS report?
Okay, FSS is, so I had them change this a little bit so that we had a clearer picture of our total program in FSS since it started in 2020. Since in 2020, we've had 12 program graduates. We've had 6 move to homeownership. Within the last quarter, we had, or March to April, we had 13 orientations, 13 assessments, 3 contracts of participation pending, 3 graduates, and 10 signed contracts. So interest have been 5, orientations have been 3. We have a total of 79 participants. Total family members is 235. We have 3 contracts pending, 11 with escrow, 57 with 0 escrow. Like I said, that does not mean that they're not working. It just means that they have not had an increase in their income yet. Once they get an increase in their income and their rent goes up, then they'll start collecting that escrow. Public housing with escrow, 1. Public housing without is 8. Enrolled in college or trade school, 4. GED, 1. 64 employed, 12 unemployed. Letter of interest mailed out, 4. We have changed the program a little bit to include the elderly and disabled families that have other adults living in their households. So if you have an elderly or disabled head of household and they have grown children that are able-bodied working adults, they are now required to join the FSS program and work 15 or more hours a week. Required, mandatory. Bring them to self-sufficiency.
Well, I guess if Grandma's not going to get them there, you are.
We got to help Grandma out a little bit.
Before you leave that, I don't know if the other, if the other members of the board know what you were doing in Washington, and I was kind of proud of you for that. So do you think you could just take a minute or two and talk about that? And
Sure. Is it raining? Sounds like it's raining hard. Okay, so we did a trip to Washington, D.C. I led a panel of housing authorities. We had Greenville, North Carolina, Spartanburg, North Carolina. We had Chicago, Illinois. We had Atlanta, Georgia, and we had Orlando and New Smyrna Beach. Led this panel for family self-sufficiency, work requirements, and term limits. These are the 6 agencies that have been working this program that we renamed PATH, using those 3 barriers to housing. Some of those were original 39 who have been in the program for 20 years, and some of those were new ones that have just started the program. And then, of course, you know, we were one of the first ones that was awarded Move to Work when they opened up the second round. In 2021, we were awarded, and we were the first small agency in the state of Florida to receive the Move to Work designation. So we ran the panel. Miss June spoke. Miss Aiden went with me to help run the PowerPoints, and do all the nice IT stuff that our young people know how to do. So it was very informative. It was very interesting. We got to learn what works and what don't work. Actually met with the Deputy Assistant Secretary of HUD, Ben Hobbs. And we signed on to the Work and Dignity program with Ben Hobbs and the HUD team. And Work and Dignity is, HUD has opened up to housing authorities all across the country now, work requirements and term limits using our models that have worked so far. So that is, like I said, when we were talking about this a few years ago, we're pioneering things, and they're watching what our agencies are doing with this move to work, and they're implementing the things that are working to other agencies as we move forward. So that was pretty exciting. He sat and listened to our entire panel to see what we were doing and what works and what doesn't work. He did ask me, what my thoughts were on term limits, and I told him 2 years is not going to work, that we have a pretty good success rate, 75% success rate with 5 years, but we have extended our program, so we're doing a 3-tier program now, 5, 7, and 9 years. So if some people need a little more work than other people do, and so if they can pick 5, 7, or 9 years, or if they get to 5 years and they're not quite there yet, we can extend their contract. But when they come to the end of their contract, like Miss Kelly today, they must be ready to come off of assisted housing altogether. So we've worked a plan 5, 7, and 9 years, and the plan is when they come off and they graduate, they will be out of assisted housing so that we can help other families be able to receive the same services they did and help them become self-sufficient. One of the other things that I brought to their attention was they cannot get rid of the FSS coordinator grants, because that was one of the things they were discussing. I'm like, this is not going to work without the FSS coordinator. So he took that back to the powers that may be.
Good to know.
And then we got our second grant.
Good to know.
I don't know how they thought it would work with taking away the coordinators. And they were hoping it would work in 2 years, and obviously it takes a lot longer.
It does. It takes at least 5 years. Yeah.
Well, what I think is significant is that this is something that's been talked about by the administration, that people need to work in order to receive benefits if you're able-bodied, and they're actually at HUD doing something about it, and that our small new Smyrna Beach agency had a seat at the table as an example of something that works, and was able to provide feedback to the Deputy Secretary of HUD that they actually listened to, and will take it up now and create a more successful program. So to be a leader in that regard of this new passion, I guess, I think I'm very proud of Teresa and our agency that we did that.
Well, congratulations to you all too, because without you approving the policies, we can't move forward. So thank you for your trust.
Of course. Okay, that's all. That I just wanted everybody to know about that.
And we have our very, very dedicated HCV specialist, Miss Michelle here, who is holding down the fort and killing it. So thank you, Miss Michelle.
Nice.
Thank you. Good job.
Nice job.
And she's learning more and more every day.
Lock your door. Thank you.
All right, services report, please, Teresa.
Okay, so for the month of April, we served 18 senior food bags for $360. Of course, the unit cost now should be increased because a pound of hamburgers coming in at $10 itself.
It's
So
crazy. It's crazy.
Yes,
It's ground beef.
yes. Yeah, so these numbers are going to change drastically once we update them. 31 homeless food bags at $310, 87 frozen meat packages, and this is increasing every week. So $1,305 in frozen meats. And that's $15, and I know it's more than that because that's 2 to 3 packages of hamburger and chicken, so. Food stamp assistance, we've done 5 applications, 66 gift cards at $2,960, 20 bus passes at $100, 18 MREs. We don't have numbers on those because those are donated from the county. We've linked to other resources to 10 people. Total number of homeless served, 31, elderly, 56. So total services that went out for the month of April was $66,135.
Okay, thank you,
The
Teresa.
center does amazing work, and the staff is to be complimented on their high level of patience with the clients.
Yes. We have a special clientele. They have a good relationship with our homeless population. We know them by name. And that's, I believe, one of the reasons they keep coming back is because we see them when a lot of people don't see them. They, they've trusted June and Aiden to be able to open up and talk to them about some of their problems and some of their barriers. We've helped them to find services and mental health and different things that they normally would not open up to if they didn't trust us.
Do you have any numbers on the homeless ID program and how many of those people are successfully getting helped?
We are working on getting the training started for the homeless ID program. June has to be trained, and she's off on vacation right now. So when she gets back from vacation, she'll be trained on that service. We do already have the computer program and the, laminator and all the things that we need to do that. She just needs to be trained on how to do it.
Because it's critical in getting homeless into a home.
Well, it's critical in getting them hospital care too.
Jobs, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay, new business, the RFQ to piggyback a Sarasota Housing Authority auditor for ourselves.
Yes, this is, I have a resolution that is coming before the board tonight for a new auditor, which is Barton, Gonzalez, and Myers. They have reviewed our former audit to kind of review what's going on, what we're doing, what we're not doing. He did find, like Nelson mentioned earlier, some concerns about our previous audit, which does need to be addressed in the next audit. Green Lawn Manor was not in our previous audit, and it's been occupied for 2 years. So that needs to be added as a component part of our audit. So this is the Sarasota Housing Authority request for qualifications. What we're doing is piggybacking on their procurement, and then we sign our own contract with their contractor. So our contract is coming in, and I have added the copy of the audit the scope and objectives. So it does say it is a 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, a 5-year. So it'll be a 1 year with 4 additional 1-year extensions if needed. And that would be on the bottom page of 6 of 7. In the second to the last paragraph, $23,000 for the year ending March of 2026. Renewal for 27 would be 23.6, 24.2 for 28, 24.8 for 29, and 25.2 for 2030. And this includes the complete audit.
So how long have we had our prior auditor?
I believe it was 4 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's time to change.
It's time to review. Yes, it's good to change auditors every 4 to 5 years,
I
just
agree.
to
Get a
have
fresh
new
look.
set of eyes on what's going on at the agency.
So-
And these people do strictly housing authorities.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes.
So when you said that we issued an RFQ, and did we get more than one returned,
Well,
or?
we didn't do the RFQ. We're piggybacking off the Sarasota Housing Authority. So they did the RFQ. They went through the qualification process. They've got all of the results in. They did the committee where they scored everybody. This is the highest score. So this is who Sarasota contracted with. It's just our contract is going to be our contract with the same people.
So they saved us all that work?
That's already been done,
Okay.
yes.
All right, that sounds good
And
to me.
we have copies of their entire file, so we can,
And it looks like the price is good, too.
yes.
I don't have any more questions. Does anyone else have any questions for Teresa on this?
No.
All right, can we move right to the resolution then, since we're
Yes.
right on the topic? So resolution number 2026-6, a resolution of the Housing Authority of the City of New Smyrna Beach to approve the contract for auditors Barton, Gonzalez, and Myers, PA, for the year ending March 31st, 2026, and renewal years 2027 to 2030. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
You have some other issues you want to discuss with us.
I do. Our invitation to bid for our demolition will be going out within the next week or two, which means we need to start considering an alternate location for our maintenance shop. My ideas to bring to the board are, since we're only going to have a handful of public housing units left, but we still have 22 units in our Market Rate and Development Corporation, is to pursue an alternate location for that shop on one of our Development Corporation properties, vacant properties. We do have one vacant property that is mixed use right now that I could get city approval to use for an alternate maintenance shop. We would develop that maintenance shop under the Development Corporation, and Public Housing and Open Market would rent from that. And that way, if we ever come out of the public housing and turn public housing into project-based Section 8 or something else, then we would still have maintenance shop under the Development Corporation and Open Market program.
How are we going to pay for this?
We have funding in Open Market and Development Corporation for that.
Sufficient amount to pay for for a new building?
Yes, it would not be a big building like we have now. We don't need a building that big. So, yeah. I'll work with the local architect and engineer to see what we can come up with. Jay Pendergrast has offered his services.
For free?
He has mentioned that previously, but we'll discuss that again. He helped me to develop a small cottage for one of our small vacant properties. I just have not got the city approval for that yet.
Oh, that would be nice if he would do it for free or very reduced rate.
Yeah. If not, we do already have an architect and engineer on board, that we could use for that too.
And you say it's mixed use, so it's really better for a commercial structure as opposed to a residential, because we'd be giving up one of our lots that could be a house, right?
Yes, yeah. So we have 4 vacant parcels right now. This vacant parcel would be on Julia Street, just on the other side of the railroad tracks behind the 201 and 203 Dimmick Street property. We have a large piece of property there. If we put a residential building there, we're going to have to build a 30-foot wall again because of the train.
The train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If we put the maintenance shop there and we get city approval, then I don't think we would need the wall.
And if we ever didn't have properties that we needed to look after, we could sell that building.
Correct.
That makes sense.
But we'll still have the Open Market and Development Corporation properties. So,
We have to maintain the open market.
Right.
and that's right in the middle of the Open Market and Development Corporation properties.
Perfect.
Right there.
So what do you need from us, Teresa?
This is just a conversation right now to ask the board if I could proceed with asking questions about this and moving forward.
Do we have consensus?
Yes.
Yep, you have consensus?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Our executive director review is due in June at the next board meeting. I will send the chair, Miss Judy, the evaluations, unless you want me to email it to everybody and everybody just send it back to the chair.
That's how we used to do it. You send it to everyone, and then they send it back to me.
Okay.
And what I'd like to see on it, I know you always list everything you've done from like 2000.
Yeah, I don't need that.
If you have some ongoing projects that are still ongoing, put those in there, but I'd be interested to see, what you've accomplished in the last year.
Okay,
And anything ongoing that you're working on. And of course, all this, what we just talked about with HUD and that kind of a thing. So that helps us remember,
right, where we're
because you know what you've
going.
done. We don't remember all the time what you've done and how fabulous you are, so. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then we received a $1,500 grant from the Rotary Club for backpacks and senior and homeless food bags this month. So that was quite a treat. It helps.
And that's
Helps
from
greatly.
Michelle. That's from
Thank
Michelle
you,
here.
Thank you,
Rotary.
Miss Michelle.
Well, it wasn't my money.
Well, you're chair of the giving committee.
I am.
Your encouragement, your suggestion, perhaps.
Well, no, there's 20 people on the committee. They all vote. I mean, it's not just me.
Yeah,
Well deserved.
yeah,
Obviously,
We-
they felt it.
yeah, we appreciate that greatly.
Thank you, Rotary. All right, old business, nothing? And what do you want to tell us about development?
The only thing we had was the alternate maintenance shop. The mediation updates, we are looking at the end of June for more communication with the insurance company. West Side Phase 2 is now in a DDA boost for 2026. Spoke to Joe this week about our application. We'll be going to the city for our municipality grant match, which is the $460,000 that is required to apply for tax credit. We have a couple different options moving forward. Since we're in the DDA boost now, we can do either a straight 9% tax credit, or we could do bonds, which is the 4% tax credit and a sale. So sale is another funding source. We apply and get for both of those, we could do a 4% deal on enterprise, like we're doing with Live Oak. We could also do local bonds with a 4% tax credit and CDBG if they have any, the county has any.
And when do we have to submit for that?
We have to submit for everything, so we're going to submit for as much as we need to this year. You
So
know, we have,
this is, we're up to bat now 4 times? This will be our 4th?
this will be 4, yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta keep trying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, at least if we can get this sale, if we get approved for sale, we can go straight for the 4% because 4% is not competitive. So sale is competitive. If we get the sale, we go straight for the 4% tax credit and we start moving forward with construction.
Can you say what SALE stands for?
That's a good question. I don't know all the acronyms myself. I do know it's through Florida Housing Finance, so it's another funding source through Florida Housing Finance. And the DDA also means that we get that 30% boost on anything we're awarded.
I would think somebody would want to give us some money because of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Aren't the CDBG, aren't they due this week or next week? The CDBG applications?
The disaster recovery, they're still working on disaster
working
recovery
there.
stuff. But CDBG, home, and SHIP funding, they keep going back and forth with HUD. First they have it, then they don't have it, then it's cut, then it's not cut. So I think that's kind of still up in the air a little bit.
Do you have anything else, or are we complete?
Nope, I think I'm good this night.
Does anyone have any questions they'd like, or comments? Yes.
I have a comment. We had our Housing Authority show on March 26th. Teresa did a stellar job. We got positive feedback both from the assistant chair, Professor Bevins, who Teresa met when she did the show, and when we did our recap, it was last Monday, we wrapped up that series, Favors for Neighbors. We got just real positive feedback from everybody about how much this show and the other shows for Favors for Neighbors supported the community goals and outreach for, the public broadcasting. So congratulations, Teresa. Thank you. And
Well,
doing a
thank
great
you for
show.
asking me to do it. That was very fun.
And if you haven't seen the link to the show, I just sent it again to Sue. She didn't have it.
Please send it.
Yeah, I did. I think I sent it to Judy and Michelle because I had I'll get your number
Thank you.
and send it to you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, good show. Yeah.
You
so-
also had another one on Facebook, I saw. Did you put another one on Facebook?
I did one on Rotary.
Yeah, yeah.
I did 3 shows. I did one on the ARC as well. The ones I was responsible for were Rotary Housing and the ARC, which helps people with developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities.
Did you come up with that name, Favors for Neighbors, or was
Our
that?
class did. There were 5 of us.
That's really cool. I
Yeah.
love that.
And it really supported the goals of the TV station, so it worked out really well.
That was great, and that was great publicity for our housing authority. Nelson, thanks for doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
you're welcome.
Sue,
Glad I could
do you have
help.
some comments about, or questions, anything?
Today, no, I think everything looked to me pretty good. Covered. We had enough questions.
Okay. Michelle? Regis, you're good? All right. All right, no further business of the Housing Authority for this meeting. We are adjourned.
Thank you,
6:40.
everyone.